It's another beautiful day to be a Raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield. I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you've come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I'm the Commish, coming to you live from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. Deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. Raider Reaction after a freaking rough Sunday night, but you heard my feelings on that last night. We've processed. We've moved on at Raider Reaction because we got bigger donkeys to fry. It's just the way it is. Psh, psh, brush it off, move on. It's just an L. We're going 16-0 anyway, so brush it off. We'll touch on a little bit. Because as we do every Monday and Wednesday on Raider Reaction, we drop back deep in the pocket and let it fly league-wide, touching on all the hot league topics as we have some hot league topics. Some so hot that we won't touch it with a 10-foot frickin' pole. But football topics we'll touch all day long. So, as we do every Monday and Wednesday, sports guru Prime joins the show. Ring announcer for pro MMA and boxing, PA announcer for pro soccer, play-by-play and color commentary for college basketball and college football, as well as the reigning vice president of the Hardcore Challenge, the pinnacle of fantasy football. He joins us every Monday and Wednesday, and we got a whole lot of juice to rip through. What's up, Prime? I know that background is freaking fire, bro. That background, that's bad.
Not even close, but still.
The background's sweet.
All right.
That background's sweet. Nice work. Nice
If you're
work.
wondering, now you don't have to wonder anymore.
Very nice.
Oh!
What? Oh, what? Oh, do we got a bad connection? Come on.
Let's get this connection.
All right, there we go. Slow start on a Monday. We're groggy on a Monday. All right, let's rip into this. Let's rip into this week 3. It was a crazy week 3.
It was a crazy week, man. There's all this going on, and I'm like, man, these are some good football games.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. People are scoring touchdowns that hadn't scored a touchdown yet. There were upsets. There were close upsets. There was overtime. It was nothing but actually good football. It was like the best week.
Hello, people. You're missing the football in the middle of all this other garbage that's going on. You're missing great football. Oh, well, besides what the Raiders played last night. That wasn't great football.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming, I have to say.
Nobody saw that coming. My God. It's painful. Painful. But you know what?
But my fantasy squad doesn't mind.
That was a serious
My fantasy squad doesn't mind.
My fantasy squad did, because I was hooking for the AC/DC hookup. And my fantasy
I know, you were screaming that.
Face.
Man. So, how you like that? How you like it?
It was bad. It was bad all the way around.
It was bad.
It was just bad all the way
It was bad. Yeah, we'll get to that, though. The first game of the week, though, was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, absolutely.
In fact, I remember us mocking the Rams 49ers game, saying that it was going to be a track meet, And in fact, it actually was.
It was a freaking crack
this is the second week out of 3 that the Rams have put up 40 plus.
It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And to see the Niners come back and like everything went right for the comeback all the way until like they tripped and fell on their face like right at the end. Like seriously, if you did all that, you about had to win. How the hell could you not win?
For real. Now, the 49ers, they mounted an epic comeback. But lo and behold, yeah, they just couldn't keep it together. I mean, man, they're not a good team.
No, they're
not. But they have a decent defense. But you couldn't tell because the Rams put up 40 on them, so never mind.
39, man. That's a 80-point game. That's crazy.
And the funny thing is like they both supposedly had good defenses. Aaron Donald's supposed to be the best defensive tackle in the league.
Yeah.
And granted, well, I mean, he was pretty much in on almost every passing play. It was crazy, but it didn't pan out because they still scored 39.
No, it didn't. It was just a weird start to what was going to turn out to be a very strange week in the NFL.
Yeah.
We may not see a week like this in the NFL again for a while. It was weird, man. Very weird.
Well, as long as it doesn't go back to like weeks 1 and 2 and we had teams that couldn't score touchdowns.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need
Call me crazy. But the NFL has changed every rule in the book practically to make it so offenses can score, and there were guys that couldn't even do that. But it's like I said, I guess in my prime cut last week, I talked about the inefficiencies of offensive lines and how much they actually mean to a team. So anyhow, let's not get too into it. So that was a really good game between the 49ers and the Rams came out on top. So
surprisingly good.
Jared Goff, and Todd Gurley.
He's killing it,
man.
If you got Gurley in your fantasy league, you're loving it. That dude is putting up some points. He's pounding some points.
Yup. Mm-hmm. And not to mention, even Sammy Watkins got in on that show. So
yeah,
boy,
Sammy Watkins sighting. You don't get those very often.
I'm telling you. I watched some of those Buffalo games, and when he was actually healthy, he was almost the best player on the field.
Yeah.
True story, Sammy Watkins. When his problem is injuries.
Same year as Cooper, because I remember watching Sammy Watkins in the draft and thinking we might have gotten him. I think he came out the same year as Cooper, and obviously we ended up with Amari Cooper, which I don't know. Cooper needs to catch the damn ball. I don't know what the deal was. Man, I can't even mention it without going down some bad tangent from last night.
Yeah.
For another 24 hours. Well, that's the first game of the week. The second game of the week was a game that we thought for sure Baltimore in London was going to handle Jacksonville. And what happened? Baltimore
Blaine Gabbert
killed it the first 2 weeks.
Blaine Gabbert threw for I don't even know how many touchdowns he threw for, but his passer rating was like 140. Blaine Gabbert's passer rating was like 140. It doesn't even make sense.
No. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then everyone was talking about how the Ravens' defense was back, Like they were back to that, what was that, 2008 or something like that, when they were just ridiculously good, No, when you let Jacksonville run up on you all like that, no, you are not the legendary defense that you once were. Nah, that was Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
They didn't play anybody great the first 2 weeks. They were my fantasy defense. And I was reaping the 29-point and the 20-point games and loving it. And I even said, this just doesn't happen. Fantasy defenses don't score points like that. It just doesn't happen. and not 3 weeks in a row. And even I went against my better wishes and started them, and they gave me a freaking -5 points. So I knew better. And I still went against my own better judgment. But I knew better too. But the Ravens aren't for real. You said it. We both said it. They're just not for real, man. Their offense is vanilla.
Yeah. But see, you got to look at Joe Flacco and how that team has been decimated by the big signing that he got right after the Super Bowl. Okay? Now, no doubt he probably deserved it, but the money that the Ravens have paid Joe Flacco has crippled the team.
But
so,
yeah, it's a big contract, man, and if Flacco ain't putting you, he's not leading the charge and putting you in the playoffs. That's what a guy has to do if you're making that kind of money. You got to be putting him in the playoffs because that's why he paid that.
But you know they got a division to contend with, and boy, anyway, some talent.
Yeah,
there's some talent. We'll say it.
That was an interesting one. I mean, that was a strange start to the week. You get the track meet that we didn't see coming, and then you get the blowout, the opposite way of that we didn't see coming, and then we get to donkeys at the Bills. Another game I didn't see coming.
I gotta laugh at Corey and Courtney Flynn.
Oh, hold on.
They're talking about the Raiders and saying how they are a ways from a championship.
Well,
and
come on. After one game, it's amazing how last week we were Super Bowl contenders, and you go out and you have one clunker, and everybody's ready to jump off the train. Like, come on, people. Step away from the ledge. Ease up on the coffee. It'll be all right.
I'm just laughing at the couple Facebook. I mean, somebody must have done something wrong.
Oh, it's true. Who was naughty? Was it Corey or was it Courtney? It was somebody. Or your conjoined twins, which is not a laughing matter.
No. Can't laugh at conjoined twins. That's tough. That's a tough card. All right.
Good to be able to laugh a day after a beatdown like that. Oh, it was Corey. Corey's like, it's me. He's like, all
right, let's talk football.
Dog. That's funny, though. All right, Denver, Buffalo. Donkeys. Donkeys.
Had it handed to him.
Oh, that was my only solace from yesterday was that the Donkeys got handled as well by a crappy team.
I tell you what, man, when the West teams go out east, it's bad news. It is bad news. The Broncos were riding high. After just beating the crap out of the Dallas Cowboys and managing to, anyhow. Then they go to Buffalo and Tyrod Taylor and Shady McCoy.
Yeah.
You know, they're out there in the Northeast where nobody wants to live because it's so cold and so nearly Canadian that no one wants to live there. But Buffalo, they're up there playing. They're still playing hard.
Oh, we got to get that shit trending. Hashtag nearly Canadian. We can get that going like we did Jim Bob Cooter last week.
Jim Bob. Yeah, that happened. Well, last week it was Jim Bob Cooter and was it Crumple Like an Old Man? Anyway. The old man Crumple.
It's hard to keep up.
It's hard. If you don't know what you're watching right now, all right, this is Goes to the Post with Prime.
And the Commish. Dropping back deep in the pocket, hitting all the league stories every Monday and Wednesday for your viewing pleasure. Oh! I'm going to, you know what? I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag anyway. Wednesday, we're gonna switch things up just a little bit, and you're gonna see the official commercial come out tomorrow morning, and it'll be everywhere. But we've got a special Ghost to the Post on Wednesday. Prime and I will be here at our regular scheduled time, but we're going to cut our normal slot in half. So we will be here from 7 to 7:30, and then at 7:30 for a special 1-hour special interactive interview, we have one of the authors, Mr. John Kingdon, author of Al Davis Behind the Shield, a new book that has come out, a biography of Al Davis from confidants who were by his side since the mid-'70s. And these guys were by his side all the way till the end. He's going to take questions from the audience. He's going to stay as freaking long as we want him to stay, basically. He's dedicated an hour. We're going to, full questions. And we're going to run, we want to get a big audience for the guy. His new book just came out. You can buy it on Amazon, but we're going to run it. We got a full commercial for it. We're going to start running it in the morning, so you probably see it in all the groups, pages, what have you. But it's going to be Wednesday night. So make sure you tune in Wednesday. Prime and I will rip through everything in a compact manner. And then
we are literally going to pick every game of week 4 in a half an hour.
Half an hour. We got it. We got this.
We can do it. We can do it. We get sidetracked like nobody's business, man, but I tell you what, we will get through that. Every game in a half an hour.
Yeah. So make sure you tune in Wednesday, because that's going to be fun. And then, of course, tomorrow, you got the full hour of the Silver and Black, solid hour of the Raider Nation Report with the Commish. So, and we'll get into all this Silver and Black tomorrow. Corey/Courtney, you can come back and we can talk about our crappy D-backs. All you would like to talk about.
I hope Courtney's there too. Because she needs to have her opinion expressed by their joint Facebook.
She's like, oh yeah, it's him. It's him. Oh yeah. It's probably Courtney.
So I was like, social media. Oh no. All right. We have more games. Oh my gosh. So the first half of the day was just crowded with games. There were 9 early games on Sunday.
Yeah, what
9 early games on Sunday.
Cleveland and Indianapolis. Another fairly decent game. Who saw that coming?
Jacoby Brissett, man, he comes out. He hooks up with T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton just does what T.Y. Hilton does. I've talked about this before, too. T.Y. Hilton is actually a decent wide receiver. What he needs is a decent quarterback, and I don't think even Andrew Luck is that. But that's a whole nother story. Meanwhile, Jacoby Brissett comes out like a man. Like, what? He had like 2 rushing touchdowns, man. Oh, my goodness gracious. He actually made the Colts
that now all of a sudden Andrew Luck's going to be in practice this week? Because he's like, oh, the freaking job's in jeopardy. I'm feeling better. Come on, coach.
We're good.
Put me in. Yeah, coincidence? Yeah, but big win, man. They needed a win, and he got it done instead of Tolson. Tolson wasn't doing nothing except standing back there, getting killed.
No, yeah, standing back there waiting to get hit. But, like, Cleveland actually still made it a game. Like, it's not like they didn't show up. They didn't get, 3 points or anything like that. Nah, man. Cleveland comes out. They're balling. They got, what's his name? Duke Johnson.
Yeah.
Duke Johnson getting in the end zone.
I mean, they looked.
Deshaun Kaiser.
They looked okay. They didn't look bad. They really didn't.
I give the Browns 3 years from right now. 3 years from right now, the Browns will be in the playoffs then.
3 years? That's a pretty broad bet. Come on. 3 years.
Psychic.
What's
3 years? Yeah, no, because I'm basing this on the progression of Deshaun Kaiser there.
Deshaun Kaiser.
As Kaiser gets a couple years under his belt, I think he's going to be a decent quarterback in the NFL. I'm not saying he's going all pro or nothing. It's based on Deshaun Kaiser, Sonny. Yeah, I know 3 years is a long time, but man, quarterbacks got to develop. They don't all come into the league like like game breakers? No.
You're saying
No.
you're telling me in 3 years the Browns are coming off the kiddie table. That's what you're telling me.
Whoa! That's a tall order right there.
So you're telling me in 3 years they're coming off the kiddie table? They're going to lose their seat?
No.
Or just playoffs.
That
just
kiddie
playoffs.
table.
Just playoffs? They'll probably
Just
never come off the damn kiddie table.
Just playoffs. They might win the division. All right. I mean, they'll win. They will win the division in 3 years. Why? Roethlisberger's going to retire.
Oh, that ain't
sometime in the next 3 years.
Can't you read that sign? That's not. Did she just call you
what?
Teabag? Did she just call you Teabag? Oh my goodness, that's prime. Oh. Prime's like, I'm out. Just disrespect. In case you didn't know, that's Prime. This is the Commish.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Goes to the post with Prime and the Commish. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. There, we got that cleared up.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm glad y'all follow the show. I'm glad everyone's watching that Raider reaction. And yeah, Teabag, T-Well, he's not me. Okay, he is not me. We are two totally different people.
No, he is not.
I am not a Cowboy fan, and you should be sorry.
You're a hard time now.
Man,
Come on,
that's
we need to
rough.
laugh. It was a rough night last night.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was. It was definitely a rough night for. Well, it was a rough night for Raider fans. That's for damn sure. So yes, Monday and Wednesday is Prime. The only time you ever see Teabag on the show is about 15 minutes at the end for franchise face-off on Thursday. That's it. That's all the camera time we'll give him. That's it. So he has to spit it out quick.
Yo!
Terry, did you get your prize pack yet? It should be there like any day. It was sent out like a week ago. All right, back to football. Man, we can't even keep it on the road tonight. We're all over the place.
No, we're all over.
Here's a shocker. We didn't give Minnesota a freaking chance against Tampa Bay without
Sam Bradford.
And
yeah, because Case Keenum was the starter, and Case Keenum comes out like world beater. Like all of a sudden, man, it's interesting because Minnesota kind of has a good team up there. Like they got a really good defense.
Oh yeah, Dalvin Cook. He's a nice addition.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook is a nice addition. Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen are making plays, and it doesn't even matter now. Like Case Keenum got them going. So, I mean, between that and what they intercepted the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, famous Jameis Winston. Yep, famous Jameis got picked off 3 times. Yeah. But you know who got in the end zone? Deshaun Jackson. I like that. I like Deshaun Jackson.
Like I was telling you last week, I got to hear the Minnesota call, the guy that does the color commentary for the Vikings. He called into the Tampa radio, and he was talking, and he went back and researched, and actually Case Keenum had owned the Bucs in 2 or 3 previous games when he played for the Rams. He had owned them. So for some reason, he just had a great history, and he's like, I got a feeling he's going to do all right. And everybody's like, no, come on, man. And obviously, he was great against the Bucs.
I didn't know that. I did not know Case Keenum's history against the Bucs. Who knew? That guy knew. So, yeah, that guy knew. Wow.
And I was like, at the time, I didn't think nothing of it. But after I see the result, I'm like,
that Tampa 2 did not work. So big ups.
Had the right players in the Tampa 2, where it don't work.
Yeah, big ups for the Vikings. The Vikings are looking pretty strong over there in the NFC North. So
Yeah, it was a decent showing for him. Yeah, it is what it
Yeah,
is.
it really was. I'm telling you, Adam
Yeah.
Thielen and Stephon Diggs, man, they are
Oh,
serious.
Stephon Diggs had the game of his life. And of course I played him in fantasy football. And like had 173 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's not gonna have a game like that again ever. So you should retire right now. Just call it a game day. Just retire on time.
Nah. Stephon Diggs is doing just fine, man. Tell you what. But
man,
keeping it in the NFC North, though, that Detroit-Atlanta game was a lot more competitive than I thought it would be.
Yes.
I mean, I thought Atlanta was just head and shoulders better.
What was the call at the end? I mean, the controversy.
Okay.
Yeah, get to that because this whole game comes down to that basically. Because
Detroit lost by like 3 inches. Okay, so Matt Stafford has 3rd and 1 at the goal line, 3rd and goal. All right, and he hooks up with Golden Tate on a quick slant. Right, 1 step in. Right, Golden Tate is tackled relatively immediately, falls into the end zone. Side judge comes out. He's like, touchdown. Right. And then all of a sudden they break out the tablets. They got some dude holding a little screen for the referee to look at it. And they determined that Golden Tate was down on like the half-inch line or what have you. And they took the touchdown away. And with, I don't know, something happened. There's like a 12-second runoff, and it was the end of the game. Atlanta wins. So, Atlanta won by 4 points.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan, actually, this was the first time in a long time that he had thrown multiple interceptions in a game.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh, shit!
What is the hell? Oh, my God. It's an earthquake. Oh. I shouldn't make earthquake jokes. Good Lord. Can't make a joke about anything nowadays. Silver Sunshine, knock it off. You're one of our favorites. If we can't make fun, come on. It's all good. I think it's funny you called him Teabag. So.
Whatever. Yeah.
What the hell was that? I tell you what, from the camera view, that was craziness, dude. It looked like you fell off the edge of the earth.
No. All my, I'm watching the messages scroll up the bottom here, and all it said was, just think Jim Bob Cooter, and I was trying to get it to go away.
Oh, my God. This show has, this Monday night show has a mind of its own tonight. I tell you. All right, so Detroit.
The odds are not in our favor.
So what down was it when this happened with Detroit? This wasn't 4th down, right?
No, it's 3rd down. 3rd down, 4th quarter, seconds to go.
Oh, Jesus. So it was the runoff. There was a mandatory runoff, right? They didn't have any timeouts?
Right. Yeah, no.
Oh, damn. Man, that's just...
I don't know about the timeout situation, but, yeah. I mean, they had to come back. They battled all the way back, and they weren't even the only team that had to come all the way back. And, I mean, think about it. It started with the 49ers. They came all the way back, lost. Detroit came all the way back, lost. Okay? It was time for someone to come all the way back and win.
Yeah?
So... And that's where Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers came in against the Bengals.
The Bengals, man, they can't catch a break.
They can't catch a break, but at least they caught a touchdown. I mean, A.J. Green made it into the end zone, and he got there, and he didn't do a little dance. There wasn't some kind of like celebration with him and the whole wide receiver squad or something like that. No. He was just like, thank goodness. Thank goodness we got a touchdown.
Yeah.
You know?
But I thought they were gonna pull off the win, man. But like I say, Aaron Rodgers put his cape on again, and
he can literally play like garbage for 3 quarters. He can literally do nothing, and then come out and he puts on his cape, and he is super Aaron. Tells everybody to relax, and all of a sudden it's just fine. And next thing you know, they win the game. They come back. Jordy Nelson getting in there, man. So.
Well, okay, now hold on, because I see Steve made a comment on that, and I want to go back to this because this is the question, the part I don't understand in the Lions game. Now I understand about the runoff, but if the Lions had a timeout left, wouldn't they be able to then call a timeout right then, let them review it, and still be able to have it? Then there wouldn't be a runoff because the clock would have stopped. Correct? Wouldn't that? So
I think so. If they had a timeout,
right?
Yeah, if they had a timeout, I imagine they would have called it.
Okay, so they had no timeouts. So okay, that makes sense. Okay, but I wasn't sure about the timeout situation. That's what was throwing me off. And they had no timeouts. That answers my question. Thank you, San Antonio. That was the question part. I understand the runoff part, but it's because they didn't have any timeouts. Gotcha. Thank you. We got no source here. We have to rely on the Raider Nation and the fans in attendance. We're low budget.
Big ups to my fans in attendance and the Raider Nation.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Always appreciate you joining us on a Monday and Wednesday for Ghost of the Post with Prime and the Commish. Thank you, as always, as we rip through all of the hot league stories. And let's not skip over this stellar game between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets.
Gang Green came to play.
They did, man, and Cutler did not. Again, shocker.
Cutler was like, "We playing a football game? I'm sad."
Of course.
Nah, man. Well, I mean, the Dolphins had some success. It was time they put up a stinker. There were actually some talking heads out there that were saying the Dolphins were the most underrated team. In fact, they were really, really good. Yeah, no, they lost to the Jets. But no, in fact, that doesn't make them not a good team.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Just like
you didn't score a touchdown against the Jets. Not a touchdown.
What's that?
They didn't score a touchdown.
They almost did.
Yes. That's bad. Bad.
Yeah, Devontae Parker. He had a day.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Dolphins aren't that bad. They have viable weapons at the skill positions, and they lost this game against the Jets just because it's just one of those division games.
Excuse me. They did get a touchdown. They didn't get the extra.
Generally, coaches and general managers will put together a team that is guaranteed to win the division. They want to be competitive in the division. So it's almost like each team in a division is catered to beat the other team.
Mm.
It's when they venture outside of that division is where it can just get interesting, where sometimes it's a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
Or, the purely better team is going to win. It's really more of a roll of the dice when it's a division game.
Yeah.
He's all right.
I agree. I will get into everything Raiders tomorrow during the Raider Nation Report, a solid hour. Just yours truly, everything Raider related. So bring all your fire tomorrow. And I will, everything you want to talk about, everything. You got a solid hour. Because trust me, I'm not doing a live breakdown of the game like I did the last 2 weeks because I ain't breaking that garbage down. That was, oh, hell no. I ain't reliving that. That's like watching the Tuck Rule game, Brian. I ain't watching that. Good Lord. Why would I want to watch that
No,
again? So we'll go
no.
through everything Raider related, but we ain't gonna sit down and go through a 30-minute compressed game. No way.
And if you don't know, the Commish and I watched that Tuck Rule game together.
Oh,
Where they, yeah. I don't know. Do you remember? We watched it at your house, dude.
of course
I was over.
remember.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember. I remember joy turned to sadness, turned to anger, all in about 5 to 10 seconds. Yeah, I freaking remember.
Was that Rich Gannon?
Yes,
Was that Rich Gannon?
Gannon, come on.
Yeah, I like Rich Gannon. All right. So there were more games in the NFL. What time is it? We're gonna run out.
No, we're not. We're doing good. All right. Stay with the. What's the score right now? I'm just curious. What's the score? 14-14. 3:13 or so left in the third. 14-13. Excuse me. 14-13. Dallas is up a point.
Carson Palmer threw a laser to Jerron Brown, like first touchdown of the game. It was actually a really nice throw and a really good catch. Looks like the Cardinals are lining up for a field goal right now.
Oh, was it 14-14?
Or maybe that's an extra point. Maybe that's an extra point.
My score hadn't caught up yet.
That's an extra point, not a field goal.
In the NFC East with the Cowgirls, we got the New York Giants, the Eagles. Giants, man. What's up with the Giants?
I don't know. They finally scored a touchdown. There was a point in that game where it looked like Odell Beckham Jr. actually took over. They actually scored a touchdown. Like, it wasn't a bad game. They battled all the way back only to get beat. What, was that an overtime? That 67-yard field goal? Or was it 57?
No, it was at the end of regulation. It wasn't overtime. It was at the end of regulation as the clock expired. 61-yarder by
61 yards.
By a rookie.
Yeah. There's a rookie with a big leg. And how about those Eagles? Tell you what.
He's made himself some coin probably. And it's because somebody's going to sign him. He made himself some money. Somebody's going to sign him.
Well, he's already on a team. He's going to stay right there.
But now he's got a name to go with it. Now he's like,
he's going to get that.
Oh, yeah, you can kick that ball.
He's going to get that fifth-year option.
For the kicker. So, the Eagles. Hey?
Carson Wentz is for real.
They're 2-1.
Garrett Blunt.
They're 2-1, and their division's looking a little different than what everybody thought it would look like. So, hell, I picked the Giants to win this division.
I think I did too.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
Who saw it? Nobody saw that coming.
I'd almost go with Philadelphia now.
I think so. Regardless of what happened last night, I don't think the Redskins are that good. I'll give them credit. They're a better team than I thought they were before we played them last night. But we played like hot garbage. So I'm gonna put a little of the credit on how bad we played, and grade that on a curve. So I'm not
but see, here's the thing about the Redskins. Okay, you have to score with them. If you don't score with them, they will beat you. Because Cousins, telling you, Kirk Cousins, that man is going to get paid. Everyone looks at Matt Stafford and says, oh, he's the highest paid quarterback, yada, 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 yada. When Cousins signs a deal next year, holy smokes, that boy is going to get paid. And you know what? He probably should. I hope he goes somewhere other than the Redskins. He should go, I don't even know where I'd like to see Kirk Cousins, but not the Redskins.
He's not, dude. I would be shocked if he stays with the Redskins because they've done nothing to give him the warm, fuzzy feeling that they've got his back. I mean, they franchise tag him again. You're just to the point where you're like, am I not your guy? Do you not want me? You know? Because they just keep not signing him. And, yeah.
Kirk Cousins is like the Redskins took Kirk Cousins to prom and they don't even want to like dance with him or be seen with him. You know,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, behind the doors, they're like, oh, we like you. And as soon as they get out there, no, we don't. So, yeah, he's going to be gone. He's not going to be a Redskin next year. Kirk Cousins, he's going somewhere. Someone's going to pay him. After all the terrible quarterback play that has happened in the NFL league, in the league this year, then, yeah, Kirk Cousins is going to get a job somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. I'd be surprised if he's back with the Redskins, man. I think he's going to be like, if he has a good season and they do well, he's going to be like, you know what? You didn't want to sign me. Screw you. Because that's exactly what I would do. If I had a good year, somebody else is going to pay me.
Yeah.
Stick it, Mr. Snyder. Stick it. And I'm out. And I think that's exactly what he's going to do. He just strikes me as the kind of guy that's going to tell him to get bent. So, we'll see.
Right?
But
I like that.
He's going to hold the power at the end of this season. He gambled. He's gambled on himself. And if it pays off, man, that's, hey, all the power to him. All the power to him. Now, here's what's up with the freaking Carolina Panthers, Prime?
Well, they had Olsen drop last week. You know what's up with him? Cam Newton, his shoulder is still not 100% healthy. And when he's not Superman, literally doing all this, then that team is awfully average. You know, they got a bit of a contribution from the little McCaffrey there.
Yeah, they're not an explosive team, and they're not an exciting team like they were 2 years ago, man. I don't know what happened to them, but they've really fallen off.
Kelvin Benjamin, I don't know what he needs to do, but he needs to figure it out. He needs to become dominant as a wide receiver or something because he's got the size. They say he has the skill. They say, well, he catches with the body too much, but that's a whole other story. Yeah, the Carolina Panthers just go up. And you know what? Cam Newton didn't even start like most of the fourth quarter. He didn't play most of the fourth quarter. They brought in the backup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Drew Brees. Old man Brees out there.
That's what Drew Brees does. He puts points up on you. It's just what Drew Brees does.
Dropping dime.
He'll throw for 300 yards with his eyes closed, man. This is what Drew Brees does. He's a great fantasy quarterback. Moving on, because we've got several to cover here. Still, Steelers, Bears. Here was a shocker.
It was kind of a shocker, but that's what we've come to expect from the Steelers. The Steelers always, they go on the road and they play down to their opponent. The Bears are no semblance of good. They're not a good team. And they still managed to, of course, win in overtime against the Steelers. You know, where were the killer bees there? Where were the big bees, the three bees, or whatever they got over there? You know, Brown and Bell and Ben. They didn't, man. You know, James, I think, got hurt, their tight end. So, you know, I guess, you know, their offense isn't built around the tight end. But the Steelers consistently play down to their opponents. And I don't know if it's because of the coach. I don't know if it's because of the players. I don't know what that is. But they really, if they ever want to contend, they've got to get over that, you know. And when I say ever, it's not like they haven't. I mean, they were just in the Super Bowl a few years back, 5 years back, something like that. But, yeah.
That's just a bad loss for the Steelers. That's just a bad loss.
It's real bad.
Bad loss.
Because the Bears aren't good.
No.
One game does not make the Bears good.
No. It's like one loss does not make you bad. Moving on. Houston, New England. Houston at New England. Your boy. You said it, man. Deshaun Watson.
I'm telling you.
This kid,
he is a baller. He is a gamer.
On my fantasy bench. I'm going to trade that kid. I'm going to get something out of him soon. He's looking good. He's looking like a commodity for me. I picked him up because you said
I'm not going to get into trades right now. But we should talk. Anyway, Yeah, Houston went up there and they brought their defense and everything, man. Clowney, Jadeveon Clowney had an interception return for a touchdown. Now, it always cracks me up when the big dudes make the play, and still nobody can catch them. And that's why the NFL is amazing, because this giant outside linebacker, defensive end, he's just blocking the whole time. He's blocking, sees the ball up in the air, makes an adjustment, bam, and this is a big boy chucking it. Just a big boy chucking it. And no one catches him. No one catches him.
What are you going to do when you catch Jadeveon Clowney on a dead sprint? What the hell are you going to do? Ain't nobody
hang on to his elbow pad.
Nobody.
Right?
Nobody's going to stop him.
You know what? He was running so hard and so fast, Ezekiel Elliott was like, he didn't do nothing. He stopped doing what he was doing. He didn't look the other way.
Nobody would have touched that dude. Good Lord. That guy's a friggin', yeah.
But Houston almost pulled it off.
Get the hell out of the way. Almost.
That's the crazy part.
Man. Almost. So close.
Yeah. I mean, that would have meant back-to-back home losses for the Patriots. And, well, I don't know if that's ever happened in the Belichick-Brady era.
No. It's been a while. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it has. Back-to-back home losses.
Try not to, because I hate them. But
it is what it is. But, I mean, Tom Brady, terrific, doing what he does, man. Getting fourth quarter comes around. His team is down to the Texans.
Yeah.
And when he hits Brandon Cooks or whatever.
Yep.
With a touchdown.
Yeah, it was. All right, I don't even want to talk about him no more. He makes me sick.
Yeah.
He won again. Yep. Another comeback.
5 touchdowns. 5 touchdown passes by Tom Brady.
Goddamn Patriots. Seattle.
Sure, the balls were fully inflated.
Seattle at Tennessee.
Boy.
The Titans are for real, man. They scored 21 straight points in the third and come back to beat the Seahawks. Solid win.
Well, are the Seahawks done? Because I'm starting to think they are.
They're 1-2. They lose another. They're teetering on done.
Right? At least Jimmy Graham showed up to play a little bit in that game.
Yeah, he did.
But
Jimmy Graham sighting. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
I don't understand. I never understood that one. You get Jimmy Graham, who was basically the most prolific tight end in the league.
At one point in time, I thought he was way better than Gronkowski.
And they don't even hardly give it. They don't even work him in the scheme there hardly. I don't get it, man. They've never used him ever since they got him.
I mean, he's dropped some balls too while he's been there. He has had some drops. I mean, not like Amari Cooper type drops, but I mean, some drops.
Yeah, easy.
My bad. I couldn't resist. I just watched that go right through his hand.
We're going to save the worst for last.
Okay.
So Mariota, I mean, they look like the real deal. I think the Week 1 win over the Titans was a solid win. The Titans are going to end up being a playoff team. So
that was 2 good teams going at it.
Yeah, quality. They were a quality team. An AFC West division game. The Chiefs at the Chokers. I was rooting for the Chargers hard, man. I wanted them to win. Oh,
man. Phillip Rivers was trying hard. Old, tight end Antonio Gates. He was out there. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. But nah, Antonio Gates got in there. Phillip Rivers. Melvin Gordon's a good running back. They've got some talented players on offense, but, I mean, I don't even think the Chargers still have Manti Te'o or whatever his name was.
No, I think he's they're just a bad team. They got Bosa, but they're just a bad team, man. They're a bad team with no fan base right now. They're kind of stuck in purgatory, and fair on them, man. You're a team.
They're a San Diego team stuck in L.A.
Yeah, nobody's rooting for them. San Diego banned them. L.A. don't want them. And, yeah, they're in fan purgatory right now.
San Diego wanted them, but
they did.
I don't know.
I don't know if they want them back.
They didn't want them bad enough.
Yeah. They could be like that old girlfriend. No, you left. You took it. You gone now. You took your stuff.
Yeah.
They don't want them back.
But the Chiefs and Atlanta are the only 3-0 teams in the league.
Yeah.
The
Everybody
Chiefs
fell
and the
off
Falcons.
week 3.
A lot of people did. A lot of people did.
Fell off in week 3. Including the last game that we will touch on tonight. Which will segue us into the Raider Nation report with yours truly tomorrow. Solid hour, silver and black. We can talk about our crappy D-backs and whatever else you would like to talk about. Cooper's drops. Our offensive line playing like a sieve. Well, what do you want? Pick one. So Prime, we were in prime time last night, and our first time in the limelight this season, and it was terrible.
That was 10 points. That was 10 points.
10 points, man. For a juggernaut.
And let me tell you, dude.
Like what we have.
Amari Cooper has all the talent in the world, and he's got the whole AC/DC thing that I've seen a bunch of Raider fans all over that. But, man, alive. I don't know if it's in his head. It's got to be in his head. It's got to be Amari Cooper's head.
Crabtree, too. Yesterday it wasn't just Cooper. It was the other guys, too, man. It was Brickville out there. He's playing with stone hands.
But right through the hands.
Boom.
Right through the hands. Not bouncing off the hands. Like the hands are weak and they can't grip the ball.
Carr was not sharp. He was all over. The second play of the game, I don't know what that was. And
and I still picked the Raiders to make the damn Super Bowl.
They're still going to make the Super Bowl, man. An NFL season is a marathon. It is not a sprint. You're going to go through ebbs and bobs and weaves as you go through it. It goes up and down. You have to have some adversity, you know.
Somebody just said they got bullied like a newbie in Cell Block 6.
Hey, man. I don't know if it's that bad. There wasn't any tearage involved. So, no stitches were needed. So, it wasn't that bad.
Right? Yeah, I don't think it was that bad. But I'm telling you, Kirk Cousins is a decent quarterback. I mean, the Redskins are not that good. Terrell Pryor, he was a Raider quarterback. The last time he got to play quarterback was for the Raiders.
D-backs look freaking terrible, man. Terrible. Our scheme on the defensive back in the secondary, I don't know what is going on, man. There's 4 guys over there, and there's one guy, and he's in the middle of all 4 of them. Like, Thompson, hey, how about a halftime adjustment? How about you throw a spy on that guy? I mean, come on. The guy he was a one-man army against us. I don't.
At running back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was a tough outing for the Raiders.
My blood pressure starts rising, and it's just what it is.
You know? But in a way, didn't I say this was a trap game?
You did, but I didn't believe it was yet.
It was a trap game because you got stupid Denver coming up next week.
Right.
This week.
You
went out to Washington.
Right, and I was wrong. I saw the trap game after the Denver game, not before it. But I did see it right after it, and I was wrong. Look, maybe it's before it. Hey, it's gonna get us hyped for that Denver game because that's a huge game now. A huge game.
Oh, dude. After both teams lost, both are definitely coming in hungry. That is must-watch TV. I tell you what, Commish, maybe we should do a game together sometime.
Oh, we should. We could do a game. Because you could call in. And I could. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We could.
I could call in. You just show the game, and we'll both watch the game. And, of course, yeah. But neither of us would be on the game. So what do fans think, okay? What do fans think? And tell me and anyone that's watching, let me know, all right? Who should do play-by-play and who should do color commentary, all right? Should the Commish do play-by-play or color commentary? And should I do the other one, all right? Let me know. Let us know. Send us messages on the page. Like the page. Share the page. Do that. Rate a reaction. Please and thank you. Let them hot, Neil.
It's an interesting idea. So how do we do that? We just mute the other guys out?
Yeah, we watch it on silent, basically. We watch it on mute, and we call it.
I guess we can too. I wonder if you can get it without the call guys. Get a stream without the call guys in it.
Just turn it down.
Tomorrow. I see the questions. I've seen them all. I know what you want to talk about. Everything Raider related, the Raider Nation Report, a solid hour, silver and black. We will touch on everything you want to touch on, even the stuff I don't want to touch on tomorrow. So make sure you join me tomorrow. But Monday and Wednesday, it's League with Prime. So thanks for joining me as always, Prime, but we're out of time.
Oh, really?
like 1 minute.
Dang it, I knew it. All right.
But we made it. So through them all. So
thank you, Chris. I've done some play-by-play in my time. It's this baritone that brings me to the show. That's right. So thank everyone out there in Facebook land that is currently watching the Raider reaction. All right.
Prime will be back on Wednesday.
Get back, Gooter!
Prime will be back on Wednesday. So as always appreciate any second you spend with us on Raider Reaction. I know it's Monday night. There's live football going on, so numbers are always down on game day. But you know what? We don't care because we're here 5 nights a week. That's just how we roll. Because honestly, it's the Cowboys and the Cardinals. I don't care about the Cowboys and the Cardinals. I could care less. So, tomorrow, Raider Nation Report. Solid hour, everything silver and black with the Commish. We are not going to do the condensed game review like we have the last 2 weeks. Because frankly, none of us wants to watch that garbage. So, we'll break it all down. Talk about everything you want to talk about. Car standing, not kneeling, our crappy D-backs, bad offensive line play, hands of stone, how good our punter is, whatever you want to talk about. Everything silver and black tomorrow. So, see you tomorrow. I'll be watching for the commercial in the morning. Huge interview on Raider Reaction Wednesday. Huge interview. Be watching for the commercial. It's going to drop everywhere first thing in the morning. Thanks for joining me, my band of pirates. I'm out. Peace. Love. Raider Nation.